Yes, people. What's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football. We're back again with another video. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today, we're going to be talking about a lot. We're going to be talking about Chelsea and Cole Palmer, unfortunately getting injured with a toe accident at home. It's very serious, ladies and gentlemen. We also have Newcastle facing Manchester City at their ground. Can Newcastle do something in this title race and make Man City drop points? We'll have to wait and see. Will Liverpool get back into the title race after the international break where they've gotten regrouped and they're going to be facing Nottingham Forest at home, a team that beat them last season, which Arne Slot never stopped speaking about. We also got Chelsea facing Burnley and Arsenal in the North London derby versus Tottenham. Can Tottenham do something at the Emirates? We're going to find out. But we have to talk about a couple of things before we get started. International break just ended. I don't know. Did you guys watch any football during the international break?
Not really. I always take a break from football in the international break. You know, it's good for me and I focus on some other stuff so that I can come back to the sport refreshed.
You know what? I noticed that the European qualifiers, there are some terrible teams and they're some of the best teams in the world. Because how is Portugal winning 9-something?
I don't even know. They won 9-0, I presume. But I mean, yeah. I don't know any of the results. I think England won 2 games, and there was some nonsense about Jude Bellingham.
Drama for drama's sake, man. I always say, man, these guys love to create drama.
I don't even know.
That was on the docket for some of the topics to discuss. So in case anybody doesn't know, basically, there's people out there who are still questioning if Jude Bellingham should be on the plane to England, and they're saying that
plane. Who the hell's saying that? He shouldn't be on the plane.
Some guy named Craig Hope, a Newcastle reporter.
Oh, not that donut.
Yeah, he basically was saying Jude Bellingham's attitude could be a hindrance for England's development.
Yeah, and this guy's an idiot.
He turned off the comment section. His main point, and everyone's main point, was they're going off of what Thomas Tuchel spoke about after the game, where he said nobody really wants to be happy when they get subbed off, but at the end of the day, he knows why we do it, and everyone needs to be healthy and ready to go for the next game.
Okay, I mean that's not an unreasonable and fair way to talk. I mean, I don't know exactly what the context is, like I said, but for him to say, but someone to suggest that the Jude Bellingham shouldn't be on the plane, that's absolutely ridiculous.
That's what he said. He said.
I think for me, I think in general, the problem with the UK media is they love to create drama because it sells. Okay, that's what you need to understand, man. They have done this with so many players kind of ridiculous at this point. So I just choose not to listen to that. You know what I mean? You have to realize make sure you just don't listen to it, bro. That's 1 ear in, 1 ear out. That's the best way to make stuff up because these guys need to create content, man. That's it.
All right. So personally, for me, I'm just not surprised. English media did this to Saka. They've done this to Sterling. They've done it to Rashford. They've done it to many players in the past. I'm pretty sure maybe they even did it to Liverpool legend John Barnes back in the day. But right now, with what we see on a regular basis with social media and everything, it's good that people are calling it out, like Gary Neville and Ian Wright are calling it out. Because for a long time, I used to hear, "Oh, they're only cussing you because you're a good player." At this point, they're not even talking about the games. They're winning the games convincingly, and they're still talking shit about players. At this point, the agenda is an agenda. It's clear as day. But yeah, shout out to the people who call it out. Next on the docket, bro, what's going on at Chelsea? I told you, your boy Cole Palmer, man. His injury woes are just getting crazier. He was at home and he got a toe injury.
Yeah, apparently he fractured his toe. It is what it is.
Fractured.
He's fractured. So he's gonna be out for a week. Apparently, that's what Musk said. Apparently, in his game comments. And
did he come back? Was he back or was he?
So yeah, he came back to training. He was actually training again, and then he fractured his toe. But he's back in training, so we don't know if he's gonna be ready for Burnley yet. That was not really stated at the time, or even Barcelona or Arsenal. Either way, again, it's just another week without him, which is a positive at the very least on that side. But again, this is good for us. If you look at it, the glass house full still means that the team itself has to improve. without Cole Palmer, which is something that I think has been going quite well so far for us at the end of the day. So I look forward to it.
I've seen reports that he's probably not expected to be back until Leeds, which is first week of December.
That's fine by me. Let him take his time. Let him come back when he's at full health. That's what matters to me. At the end of the day, we're still performing quite well as a team. You know, we've still got what's it called? Neto's been scoring for us. Dal Pedri looks like he's coming back into form. We've got Delap back, which is I think a massive thing for the team in general. And Garnacho has been having quite a few games now back to back, so hopefully he can continue his improvement as well.
Fair. Welcome, Jay. Hope you're doing well. We're kind of just talking a little bit about some of the stuff. We spoke about Jude Bellingham, unless you wanted to mention anything on that.
Quick one on Bellingham. Yeah, I think Tuchel's an idiot. Like I personally, I was like, as soon as I was saying this at the time when he said repulsive, I was like, why would you use that adjective?
What did he say? I don't know anything about anything that's going on.
My mum would find his behavior repulsive on the pitch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is right at the beginning when he first took over, and I'm like, immediate, because I'm very much like a social etiquette kind of guy. Like, I like to think I know what to say to people, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. To me, straight away, I'm like, that's a lack of care. Even if you don't mean it, it's a lack of care with your words, which to me makes me think you don't overly care how it's received. Do you see what I mean? Because that's what happens when you don't take care with your words. If you take offense to it, so be it. So my thing is the justification, we want to play Rodgers. Maybe technically he's a little bit better for what he wants to do, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Manager's prerogative. Not going to cry about that. Bellingham's still one of England's best players. There's no arguments he should go. I think obviously, and I was talking to someone about it. It's like sometimes you get that situation where the manager wants to make a strong statement to the group, so he targets a prominent player. Not to say there's not some logic around what Tuchel's trying to do. I just think he went about it not ideal, especially when you're coming from Southgate, who's a manager who always protects the players, always looked out for them, always made sure that they were shielded. It's quite a sharp contrast. Now onto the Ian Wright and media comments and stuff like that. Very justified, very logical. I think we've seen it lots of times. It's like the baby and the infantilization of players like Kante. Like, he's, doesn't speak, humble, like all that sort of stuff. And then, you see the Sterlings, you see the Pogbas, you see the Rashfords, now you see the Bellingham. It's not to say that you can't criticize these players. It's more to say that these players don't seem to have to do a whole lot to get criticism in comparison to other players. And then that's where you have to look at the scrutiny level of these players seems unnecessarily high. I remember once I was talking to my friends about Mika Richards when he first started, and I was like, critical of Mika Richards because I was like, we don't get many black pundits, and all he's doing is laughing and joking. And my friend said,
What is it? Is the big meats thing?
Big meats. I'm like, take it serious.
It's not only him, Daniel Sturridge. There's a bunch of them.
But then my friend made a great point. He said, why is the threshold for black pundits so high? Why must you get one pundit and he must be, do you know what I mean, reincarnated Gabriel Marcotti? Why can't he just mess about and be fun? And I was like, that's a great point, because you get conditioned to a point where you're like, you have so few opportunities or you're getting scrutinized so much. Yeah. So I think it's really good on Ian Wright to bring this kind of conversation to social conscious, bring it to the surface. It's not, I think people are entitled to their own opinion on this. I'm not one of these people who's going to say, oh, because you're not black, you can't have an opinion. I don't really think of it like that. I think, but if you want to listen to what he truly says and listen to understand, then I think it's very difficult to disagree with him. Even if you can make examples like a Beckham and Rooney and stuff like that and Maguire, it's like that couples with societies we like to see players fall. We like to make people scapegoats. We live in a scapegoat society. But then by the same token, you look at, say, if you imagine, for example, if Grealish was black, yeah, and he behaved, say how he behaved over the last few years, yeah. The perception would be different. So I think it's a really good thing to talk about, and I think it's good that like that journalist Craig Hope, who's just been going at him and going at him and going at him. You know, people are starting to make a stand. You know, it's like
Daily Mail as well, isn't he? They got history with that shit as well.
One thing I will say, one thing I want to add here, just about Tuchel, is that I really feel like, and I feel like if you look at Tuchel's past 2 jobs, both at Chelsea and Bayern, the thing that broke Tuchel, or like Tuchel's tenure and what led to his sack, was that he was always falling out of players. And I feel like I've said this before. I feel like Tuchel has lost the ability to man manage. That's one thing I've always maintained. And you know, I hope that listen, I want to say I hope, but I think for his sake, I hope this Jude situation that he's created for himself doesn't go out the wrong way, because this could easily be another thing where he splits the what's it called, whatever the group is in England, and like causes trouble for himself. So that's one thing I will put up there.
It's crazy, right? Because he only gets them a few weeks every quarter or whatever, you know. So that if it is a situation where you've alienated players and fallen out with them, like it's quite actually arguably impressive to do so in such a short space of time. Like you don't have to keep them on side for that long, right?
That's the one thing. That's the one thing I'm saying. Like I just feel like, for me, I really feel like I don't know what happened at Chelsea, obviously, because like there's been a lot of stuff that happened towards the end of his reign. That we're just gonna keep pushing, because I'm not gonna. There's a lot of stuff that's been reported in regards to what happened to the end of his reign at Chelsea. But if you look at Bayern, for example, he split that what's it called, dressing room in half. If you read the post-match analysis.
Well, one thing I want to say just before we go on is the one thing about a great point, Ahmed, you just made about the dressing room, because I'm really intrigued to how this dressing room actually hangs together. Because when you pick players on form, and obviously all these players are fighting for the shirt, professional competitiveness, fantastic. But you've been winning, you've won in qualifying, it's gone well. Haven't really had any negativity, haven't really had any major drawbacks. Yeah. But that's when you see the solidity of the group. That's when you see the cracks that you see, or that might be there. That's when it gets exposed. So I can already start seeing, like, with Trent, and looking at, is Trent even going to go? I don't think Trent goes at this moment in time. I don't think he goes.
He barely plays football for Real Madrid. I mean, and he's saying if you're going to play, you need to be consistent.
I think he takes Livramento and Reece James.
Yeah, I agree. I even think, I'll be honest, like, I know a lot of Arsenal fans are really pissed when he was mentioning Lewis Skelly, but he was like, listen, I'm not going to pick Lewis Skelly if he's not playing games. So, you know what I mean?
The only thing people are saying is hypocritical is Lewis Kelly's played just as many minutes as like someone like John Stones. But you
can't. But first of all, we don't have as many good centre backs as we do left backs, and also the thing you also need to understand.
Pick Konsa.
No, but the thing, Konsa's not as good as Stones. Come on, man. Behave yourself.
We need to be honest.
You have a point that I was going to support you with, and then you had to go ruin it by saying. I'm saying that there's always a level of hypocrisy in international football, because it's impossible not to be a hypocrite. Because if you're trying to say all the players are going to be in form at the same time, bro, it's almost impossible. You have to be flexible with certain players, and he'll know each player's got a different threshold to Tuchel. I promise you, if Jude starts playing a little bit badly, he's out of the squad. Like, even a little bit badly, he's out of the squad.
He's cooked.
Yeah? But like someone like,
wait, wasn't Bellingham one of the captains?
Bellingham, he's one of the captains in the group.
Yeah, he's not going nowhere, bro. What do you mean?
Oh, bro, listen, I don't like. It's easy now when Palmer's not there, this and that. Like, but there's gonna be a thing where you're gonna have Palmer, you're gonna have Foden, you're gonna have Rodgers, you're gonna have Bellingham. All of those guys can't go.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna have your captain group are going to be one of the guys who are guaranteed starters. All those captains, they're guaranteed starters. In my
Are you honestly telling me, based on what you've seen,
I don't know about
that. Listen. Gahey, starter. Kane, starter. Declan Rice, starter. The final, who's the other two?
Saka.
Saka. guaranteed starter. 4 of those guys are guaranteed starters. You're
Yeah,
telling me he's gonna have. You're
Who's
telling
the
me.
fifth one?
You're telling me Jude
Bellingham.
Bellingham is in there for coincidence?
No,
He's
no, you're right, Egal. But what I'm saying is Bellingham in his position, he's got Roger. He already picked Rodgers ahead of him for the last qualifier. Bellingham ain't got loads of time to do. Palmer's injured. I think we think Palmer will be in the squad almost definitely, right? So you've got Palmer. Rodgers is the guy in possession of the shirt. So it's a hell of a way to go for Rodgers to be in possession of the shirt in the last qualifier to not go in. Yeah. So you've got to assume Rodgers is going to go. You've got Foden too. So it's like you've got 4 players. Surely he can't take all 4 of them.
The one thing also, I think the one thing that helps Tuchel is that at least you can also make the argument like Palmer probably can also play
right wing.
Right wing, right? So at least you got
Foden can play wide as well.
I was thinking players like Madueke were getting
enough about that, guys. We spent 16 minutes on that. Let's get to the crux of the main topics today. First things first. Liverpool have gone 2 months where they've really struggled. Now international break is over. They can come back, focus on the upcoming games. They're gonna have Sean Dyche's Nottingham Forest. It's gonna come into their ground, a team that beat them last year, but of course have changed twice their managers since. How you feeling, Rack? Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest.
I mean, look, I think any Liverpool fan, with the way that we've been playing recently, I'm not really necessarily concerned about the game, but I'm concerned about the way we're playing. And I think nothing really changed after the last international break. So it seems strange for me to think that something may have changed now. I hope it has changed. I hope, a change of scenery or a refresh or whatever, because we're underperforming massively. And I don't think there's any way to hide away from that at this stage. Do I think we'll win the game tomorrow? Yeah, I think it'll win, but that's not the point, right? That's not the point. The point is we're massively underachieving. I said at the start of the season.
That's kind of the point. You need a win.
No, but it's not. The point is we're massively underperforming overall. Yes, we have to win. We have to put in a good performance, but the thing is, we're overall for the whole season, the season as a whole, we're massively underperformed. We've had some good performances in that time, and up until the City game, you could argue when the biggest games we've kind of stepped up to when we've had to play City and when we've had to play Arsenal and Real Madrid, but but then it all kind of fell apart and. Things have to change. There's nothing to say. We're right now. I don't think we're anywhere close to a title race. I think right now the best we can hope for is third, and unless something happens with the others, and even then we still have to improve massively. And I need to see, just like with anybody, I need to see evidence. I don't see evidence just yet that we're progressing. Once I start seeing that, then my outlook may change or should change. But at that point, I already think it's already too late in terms of the title. Last season, when Liverpool were 10 points or 8 points or whatever it was ahead of Arsenal, I saw there were some Arsenal fans that were coming on saying that's the sign for us to go ahead and win the league. And I thought that was utterly ridiculous and disrespectful. So it'll be stupid for me to now turn around and say that, I don't even know how we're 8 or 9 points or whatever it is, whatever the gap is, that we're going to go on some kind of my title run now. We need to improve massively and then see what happens.
I think it's 8 points, to be fair.
8 points, 9, whatever.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is that right now, from this point to the end of the season, the way we're playing, I don't see that gap narrowing.
Fair. What are you saying for score prediction?
For tomorrow, I think we win 2-0. I want us to get a clean sheet. After
everything you're saying, you want this to be a get-right game, but you're not confident going forward. That's pretty much it.
No, I think it's difficult to be confident. And what breeds confidence is winning and performing. And once I see us winning and performing consistently, then my outlook will change. What's the famous? I need to see a track record of winning for a sustained period. 4, 5, 6, 7 games at least.
To be fair, you won. What is it? 2 out of your last 3. You beat Aston Villa and Real Madrid, right?
Sure, but
then the City game happened. I know.
And the City game was. The City game was pretty abysmal, really. And all they did was, well, not all. That's disrespectful to City. They got Haaland to stand next to Virgil van Dijk, and then we couldn't do anything. That was the thing with Trent got a lot of criticism, but the thing is that if you did that and you went and stood on Van Dijk back in the day, then you still had a weapon where Trent could hit long balls. Now there is no one who can hit those long balls, and it's a weapon which has been taken away or that we've lost. And playing Gravenberch and having him drop deep and in between the centre backs or going to right centre back to pick up the ball and use it as a rest. That's a tactic, but we haven't seen it be successful for a sustained period, and that's what I need to see.
Fair. Anybody else, Ahmed or Jay? You guys have got anything to say on Liverpool? Because I think it's going to be a Liverpool win, but I do think it's going to be like one of those KG 2-1s. Ahmed, you're on mute.
I actually disagree. I actually think Forest can get something out of this game. I think, listen, we should give credit first to Sean Dyche. I actually think he's really steered that ship a bit more in the right direction. He's going back to some of the stuff they were doing previously. I think with Liverpool right now, and this is not to be disrespectful to Liverpool itself, I just think right now, I've got a dice right now, yeah. I don't know if I'm getting a 6 out of 6 from Liverpool or if I'm getting a 1 out of 6, if that makes sense, right? So
it's completely unpredictable.
Right, it's so unpredictable right now that I have no idea what I'm getting. If it was just like the average Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest game, I'll be saying, cards on the table, I'm going for Liverpool. But I think with Nottingham Forest resurgence, a Liverpool side, which I don't know what I'm going to be getting out of at all, right? I actually think there's more of a chance here where this actually ends in a draw. I'm not going to say that Liverpool's going to lose, but actually ends in a draw, in my personal opinion, because it's just as easily likely that Liverpool can score against them, and then obviously Nottingham Forest being able to get a goal against them too. So you never know, really.
Sorry, what? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? It's fucking Forest, man. Sorry if it caused us to be demonetized, but blame Ahmed.
Why are you blaming people?
Blame you, bro. Yeah, fuck you. Because what Forest at home? Come on, bro. They're Liverpool.
Listen.
Liverpool.
You said that about United at home. You said some people were saying
the same thing about United
at home though, and obviously United Listen, listen. Sean Dyche, what, bro? Sean Dyche, what? Who Everton fans ran out of town. It's all good. Like, leave the gimmick before the gimmick leaves you. Yeah, like he's like, a good coach. Yeah, he's a good coach.
Leave the gimmick before the gimmick leaves you. He's a good one.
It's true, man. Because I'm just trying to say to you, you're trying to run Sean Dyche propaganda in 2025, and I'm not having it. I'm not hearing it. Like, you know what I mean? He's a good coach. But Liverpool are the considerably better team. They've got better players. Okay, they went to City and they lost. Yeah, it didn't play well. But even in that City game, they were able to play for like 20, 30 minutes where they were able to create a good amount of chances. And they really should have scored. So what I'm trying to say is in the other 60 minutes, yeah, let's say Liverpool only play well for 20, 30 minutes. For that other 60 minutes, are you really trusting Forest to put their foot on their neck, their blade to the neck, and finish the? No, I don't think
they're going to draw. I'm saying it's going to end in a draw. I'm not even saying Nottingham Forest are going to win. I think it's very likely this game ends in a cheeky 1-1. I'll be honest with you.
Listen, I'm just trying to say I've watched Forest a few times this season. Yeah, and I don't think their defense is particularly like super watertight. Like you can get at them, you can score goals. United scored a couple against them, created chances. They're a decent Prem side, but Liverpool are a good to very good Premier League side, and even at their worst, when Liverpool are just decent, they're still go toe to toe. So I'd have to imagine Liverpool play badly and Forest play great for this to be close.
Predict? The thing is, I'll ask you this right now, Jay. Yeah, can you predict how Liverpool is going to play this Saturday? Tomorrow, sorry, I should say. He's on.
I mean, like at home, Liverpool.
The thing is, it's so that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, it's so unpredictable right now in terms of the Liverpool I'm going to get. I don't know what Liverpool I'm getting.
They played well enough against Villa for me to think that they're going to win this game.
But does that not strengthen my point? I'm saying that yes, they played well against Villa, against Madrid, but then against City and some of these other sides before.
Yeah, but City.
Not like I'm trying to show you. Like I'm not saying that.
Yeah, City. You can't use Man City as the reference point.
Let me use City, but like obviously, who is the team that you face like to say equivalency to? United in their current state. Okay, they played United in their current state, right, and they lost to them. Yeah. So do you get what I'm saying to you? Like they've had some great wins and then they've had some really bad losses, right? So there's no like way for me to like adjust to what's happening.
Yeah, but in that game, where Liverpool dropped points to United, Liverpool still had a lot of chances. Liverpool could easily not have lost that game had they just been a little bit more careful in front of goal. Do you know what I mean? So yes, they lost the game, but on game state, they could easily have got something from that game. So it's like, I hear what you're saying. So I'm just thinking, I just think Liverpool. I'm just looking at this game. Liverpool are the better team. Forest can set up how they want, but I just feel like if Liverpool just play to 85% of their quality, they'll win this game. You know what I mean?
So this is the thing. Look, of course, Liverpool should win. We probably will win. My concern is that even if we win, I don't know how much confidence that will give me moving into the games, into the upcoming games.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So maybe if I see apparently we've got I haven't even looked at the fixtures, but I think we've got 4 or 5 winnable games coming up in the next few weeks. If I start seeing consistent wins and consistent performances, then my outlook may change. But just like at the start of the season, when some of the performances were questionable, we were getting the results. But at that point, you kind of every football fan will do it. You pull out the excuse, we're winning. We're winning, so it doesn't really matter, right? We're betting in players, and there is also a process about the whole betting in thing. But ultimately, we as Liverpool fans have to hold it in the sense that any other team that spent the amount of money that we did, if they were performing as unpredictably as we are, then we would be giving it to them. So ultimately, we have to take it as well. And every team has gone through it. Chelsea have gone through it. Arsenal have gone through it. Even Spurs have gone through it.
Let's stop it there. Let's get on to Chelsea. Before we do the North London Derby and Jay joins us. Vader joins us. I meant not Jay. Jay's already here. Let's talk about Chelsea. I was on the Premier League website. You know what they said? They're like Chelsea.
You're Chelsea. The only person who I know who goes onto the Premier League website.
Do you know what they said? You know I don't fucking know what they said.
Listen to this.
Ahmed, when was the last time you went onto the Premier League or PremierLeague.com? Come on, talk to me.
Only, I think it was like a week or few weeks ago.
Fantasy football in the summer.
I only use it actually to get like the badges for like my thumbnails actually because they have like the players.
I go on the website to steal their intellectual property.
Yeah, property.
There you go. Go on again.
I go on there for fantasy, and while I'm there, sometimes I see
for fantasy, Not even fantasy football, for fantasy.
Fantasy football. So I was on there, and I just seen this. Chelsea starting a journey that could see them top at Christmas. Basically saying if you win your next couple games, you're going to face Arsenal. You have an opportunity to potentially go top by Christmas, assuming that you don't play Man City throughout that time. Do you?
We've not played City yet. No, we've not played City yet.
So you must be playing City.
We must be playing City.
Yeah, you're playing City January 4th. So come January 7th. They're saying come now till Christmas, come now till Christmas, you could be in a situation where you're top of the league. They're saying.
All right, man. We don't fear City, man. Come at me, City, whenever you want, man. Let's go.
No, but they're saying Arsenal, obviously Burnley. Then you play Arsenal. Then you play Leeds. Then you play Bournemouth, Everton, Newcastle, Aston Villa. They're basically saying if Chelsea can do something, these are the games that are going to tell us if they can actually do something when it comes to league.
Chelsea can do something. They
listen, you know,
versus Spurs, that they're capable of just putting like a strong. The only time I've seen them this season get outclassed was against Bayern. And I think Bayern outclassed them. But other than that, they've been in every game.
Could they end up being in the title race come December? That's what the conversation is.
Maybe. Like, because
the thing is,
and you can follow on from this. My criticism about Chelsea was always, how do they perform when the stars are missing? When the main players are missing, I don't trust the backups. Now, Esteval's helped a little bit, and I feel like they've been a bit more consistent, considering they've had some players out with some of the results. But they are still flogging the core players. Do you know what I mean? The core players are still playing lots of minutes, and we've seen what they look like when Caicedo takes a half off. The team looks a shambles. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, you got to bring him on. They're like, come on, you Peruvian shin kicker. It's time.
I know what's crazy. It's crazy because like the guy that's meant to basically like he's back up. He's always
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's crazy, man.
I told you the thing about Chelsea. This is the one thing I love about Chelsea is. One is they treat their players like stock. That's not what I love. What I love about Chelsea is your ability goes up in your absence. That's the beautiful thing about Chelsea. Yeah, because they've got injury-prone players. Whenever these players get injured, they romanticize them so much. So when they come back, they're like, "Yeah, man, they're back." And then a second afterwards, they're like, "Wow, this guy's terrible."
Terrible.
Oh man.
You know what?
You know who they're doing that with right now? It's what do you call it? That keeper who what do you call it? Went to what's it called? What's your keeper? Your backup keeper that you guys sent to Strasbourg?
He's not a backup keeper. We just brought him when he was 18.
I'm just saying names right now.
I hear about Pendas every week.
Yeah.
The difference with Pendas, we bought Pendas.
Was Jorgensen a Chelsea goalkeeper? Am I making that? Is that?
Yeah,
I don't even know if that's the backup.
Jorgensen's the backup from Villarreal.
I don't even know if he. I wasn't even sure if that's the name. I have no idea what the guy looks like. I'm
saying Stewart, and I think Chelsea must somewhere have a.
He already wants to leave, Rack. Did you not hear? He wants to leave.
Jorgensen wants to leave. But I'll be honest, he was a trash player when I brought him, and he's going to be a trash player when he left. The thing is, he was a trash player when you bought him. He was a trash player when he. But those 2 or 3 weeks of the international break, people were calling for him to join the team. Which is exactly what Jay is saying.
Ahmed is his goodbye and good luck. Ahmed is like, I don't recall saying good luck.
The thing about me is that I never wanted Jorgensen at the football club. Because I had watched him.
I never wanted
Now
because like
you know what? Jorgensen. Let's get back on main point.
But
you're gonna slap Burnley.
I'm gonna say this. I think this is the delap game for me personally. One of the I feel like for me we need okay, wait.
Isn't he still on a red?
For what? He needs anger management. The guy needs anger
talking
management.
about he doesn't need. Listen, this is his play style. Shout out to Diego Costa. I think for me, listen, this is a delap game. We're gonna be facing a low block. It's gonna be at turf more. You know, this is where you need your striker to rise up, and I think it's the game where I think can really help to start his Chelsea career in terms of goals. He's been out for the other team for a long while. He's actually been putting in decent performances. My only issue has really been from a team perspective that, you know, this is not Jackson. He's going to be coming in deep, driving with the ball, you know, a little bit of the little, you know what I'm saying? This is not him. You know, this guy, you have to feed him. If you're not going to feed him, he's going to look like, you know, it's going to be like we have 10 men on the pitch, okay? So if you do not feed this brother, we are in trouble. So please, Chelsea Football Club, you know, this is like actually a PSA to like Pedro Neto and like Garnacho, who are probably going to be starting fast on the wing. Guys, can you put the ball into the box for the striker, please? That's what I'm saying. let's stop doing these long ball gimmicks to Marco Correa. I know he's a great fullback, but he's 5'7", guys. You know what I mean? We should stop feeding left back and feed the number 9 that's in the box for us. That's what I'm asking. But it is what it is. But honest, I think for me, generally, I think it's going to be a good 2-0 with Chelsea. It's going to be a good start of the week. We need to get a good start into the week for me. You know, you've got Burnley, Barcelona, and then obviously Arsenal at Stamford Bridge as well. I'm looking forward to it. You know what I mean? It's going to be hopefully this does not go as bad as the Bayern United week when we played Brentford, drew the last minute. That was lost the Bayern 3-1. And then the United 2-1 L, which was that was a very bad week at the office. Let's hope we can improve on that.
All right. Anybody else have anything to say on Chelsea?
When I was listening, did you say that many Chelsea fans are seeing themselves top of the league before?
No. The Premier League website was speaking about Chelsea has a route where they could potentially be like top of the league come December, end of December.
Well, if that's the case, these next 5 games, these next fixtures, it'll tell a lot. I mean, I like what Ahmed had to say. I mean, he's kind of chill right now. Classical Chelsea fan, being kind of chill, see what's happening, not putting too much expectations on. You guys get this win. Nothing really changes. I don't think anything gets answered. But see them come out of this and how they play against you guys. You guys are the measuring stick, so we'll wait for those type of talking points when that matchup comes out. But this should be comfortable. Ahmed should be comfortable.
The one thing I always say about in life, with Chelsea, one game at a time. That's what we need to, that's the mentality I want our team to go through. One game at a time. Burnley first. Let's look at one against Burnley. Then we'll get to whatever we have to do against Barcelona, then Arsenal. That's the best way, I think, particularly with such a young team. I think that's the most effective method.
Is that a new model, or you've always been like that?
I said that last season, as you know, but I was saying one game at a time as well last season. Okay. You know that too. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Next, we're gonna get on to the North London Derby, and we'll finish. But before we go on to the North London Derby, I just want to ask you guys a quick question. What game do you think is more likely to have a banana skin? The Newcastle at home versus Manchester City, or Tottenham away at the Emirates? Who's more likely to get a shock result?
Honestly, I think Tottenham Arsenal, because it's because it's a derby, and it's between two London rivals. There's a lot of bad blood there. That's probably the most likely place where you're gonna get a slippery. So again, like I literally was listening to like the Guardian football podcast. They were like, for Eddie Howe's current rate against Manchester City, he's got 2 draws and 16 losses against Manchester City. That's combined from his time at Bournemouth and what's it called? Newcastle. That is nasty. So I mean, there's only one way that fixture can go. That's almost like Chelsea Tottenham. Like the fixture speaks for itself at that point.
No, but then you also have to remember, Tottenham have come to the Emirates every single year, and they've only beaten us 2 times in the last 2 decades.
Yeah, but the one thing
how many draws?
I don't know how many draws.
The one thing I will say to you, Igal, is that whilst I hear that, and I think that's another strong indicator.
And I'm talking about all competitions. I'm talking League Cup.
Of course, yeah. Oh, I get that. I feel like that's why for me, the one thing I would say, the one indeterminate factor is that it's a derby. That's the difference, right? Newcastle City is not a derby, bro. You know what I mean? That's like that. Even though you can maybe say that's like a top table clash now because of Newcastle's current predicament in the league. It's still, realistically, it's just Man City, the bigger team, going to Newcastle. No disrespect to the Newcastle fans.
No disrespect. No
disrespect.
I think I'd have to agree. It would be a shock. It would be a shock result with regards to the Spurs Arsenal game. That would be the shock result.
So you think Newcastle getting a draw or something from the City game would be less of a shock?
Yeah, I think them getting a draw would be less of a shock, because even the last 2 times we've played out there, they've been difficult games. I've had magical moments, right, of KDB, like KDB showing up and doing a madness, and everybody being reminded of his quality. And even last season, what was
the last minute? Wasn't there a last minute goal by that young kid from Norway? Was that against Newcastle?
Yeah, Oscar that was the assist from KDB. Yeah.
That was wow.
So it's one of those where we had to rely on some brilliance, but I don't think there would be that much of a shock. I mean, I think Rax and maybe other fans weren't really counting City into being in the mix. So if City kind of fall off or inconsistent, that's no surprise, right?
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
It's okay. We won't revisit that, Rax.
Cheeky jab.
No. I said I question City, and I'll be ready to make a judgment after 10 games.
He's not in the
10 games. The 10 games, and now I'm saying that City are in the title race now. 10 games. Is it 10 games yet? It is 10 games, right? 11 games. So now
Vader's now doing the chill guy thing.
I'm not doing the chill guy thing.
He is. You know what? You know how he's doing it. He's even lowering the tone of his voice. Yeah.
Bro,
it'll be a surprise. It'll be a surprise. You never know. These things happen. We've had tough games. Eddie Howe, yeah.
You know, when he's flexing on people, he has the trophies behind him. Now he has the win. He's got the samurai swords behind him. He's ready to fight.
Listen. Like the bat signal, the blue moon's out. We're gathering. We're getting ready. But
you know what? While we're here talking about City, just give us your score predictions for the City game. What do you think?
Me first.
Yeah.
Despite the score line, chill, please. Despite the scoreline, I still think it's going to be a tough battle, but our scoring quality is going to show late. I'm predicting a 3-1.
Ooh, so it's going to be a close 3-1.
It's going to be those late second and third goal, but I think it's going to be a tense, difficult game.
All right. I'm looking at Newcastle. I'm saying, what do you got? Can you show me something? I don't think they will. I doubt it. It is the late game. It's the 5:30 kickoff on the Saturday, so those can always be very entertaining. But I do agree with Vader. I think it's going to be like a 2-1 to City.
I'm going to say 3-0 City, man. I think they're going to cook them. I'll be honest, Eddie Howe's getting sacked this season. That's my personal opinion. It's not looking good for him right now.
Oh,
wow.
Newcastle 14th. Damn, I didn't even know that.
They've lost 3 of their last 4 games. I don't know why I know that. I was reading up on them yesterday for another show that I usually do. And they are not great. They're not great right now. They're not in a good position. The only place they're doing well in is in Europe. And they're about to face a Marseille side that just won 4-1 against Nice. So good luck to them.
They do well at home though. That's why I'm still. I think it's still gonna be a difficult game. Newcastle been good at home. They've been poor away. I think like the last time they were in Champions League, managing both is obviously shown to be a challenge, and I don't think they invested in the team like many of us have to be able to deal with both. But yeah, they're gonna have
because they had PSR sheets and I'll be honest, like I feel like we're at the end of the road of him. Like I'm not really sure how much he can get out of the team if we're being realistic.
I hear it.
All right,
but I need this win, Igal. At the end of the day, I need this win because I do believe if there's any club, if there's any fan base that I think, you know in scary movies, Rax, Ahmed, Igal, you know in scary movies, if you watch it like in theaters or even if you watch it on your own, don't you find yourself yelling, "Don't look, don't turn around, just run, stop looking." If there's any club, any fan base that all are always looking, it's Arsenal. So if we can put a little pressure on this first game and have you guys...
Didn't Igal just say, he said, I'm looking at Newcastle.
So if we can get it...
We can look as fans, but it doesn't affect the players.
Yes, it does. You have an effect.
I'm telling you right now, the players have been hearing from the first week of the Premier League season, Liverpool's won the league. Then they heard Arsenal are now favorites.
That's not true. Mo Salah at Ballon d'Or said that Arsenal are the better team.
Yeah, man.
You know what? We're here. People change their mind like the weather. One thing I do know is if both of our teams were to drop points and Liverpool were to win, people would say Liverpool are back in the title race. It changes every single day.
For me, I need to look in a similar way to I said after 10 games, I want to see what City do. I need to see us win consistently and put in good performances before I even contemplate that possibility. Whether the points get, if you guys both lose and Liverpool win, I'm not going to say Liverpool are back in the title race because I don't trust Liverpool. right now.
Wow.
And I'm sorry, that's
But based off of the standings,
all right, let's
based
move
off
on
of
to
the
the
points you
North
win.
London Derby boys.
Yeah, but just standings and performances. Like if we go on to win our next 5 games and the gap is 5 points, say, and we're playing well and we're scoring goals and everything's clicking, then it's a different story. Then I'll reconsider. But
sorry, Igal, I know I missed the Liverpool section, but I do want to say this. I see Liverpool winning 4 out of the next 5. Easy. I looked at your fixtures.
Maybe.
You guys are winning 4 out of the next 5. And
I was on the Liverpool show with Sam yesterday, and they were saying that we've got a favourable run of fixtures.
Yeah.
I need to see more.
And then you'll be on the show, clean shaven, looking good, sitting back instead of sitting forward in the chair.
I haven't been clean shaven in about 15 years, but yeah.
When I mean clean, I mean you'll have it lined up.
Hey, all I gotta say is the goatee. What do you guys think?
Like, when I say clean, I mean not like a bum.
By the way, Jay, you walking around in the background, it reminds me of like Frank Ocean's video album.
It's a nice little fit. It's a nice little fit I've got on. I've left it on necessarily.
You know, Jay, that knitwear. Jay. It's cold outside when Jay's rocking the knitwear.
Yeah, I've actually got the heat on and everything.
I'm gonna say this for the people who don't live in the UK. It's colder here than it is in Canada. Like
it's very cold.
Yeah, for now.
It's not that cold. It's not that cold.
No. The reason why it's colder is because the makeup of
the guy sitting in front of a roasting fire right now.
The makeup of the homes in the UK are not meant for cold weather. Where the makeup
heating,
poorly built homes in the UK. Clip that.
I've got a new building. It's a little cardboardy. Did it figure out on the handover?
Yeah, I've got a new build too. But it's not bad.
There's 3 wolves at the front door, like, and I'm looking a bit shaky at them. You know what I mean?
It's a little bit windy. Anyways, let's get
a little windy out there. Do you know what I mean?
Anyways, the North London Derby. Can Tottenham beat Arsenal at the Emirates? That's been the question we've been asking every single time there's a North London Derby at the Emirates for the last however many years. And I don't remember the last time they did it in the league. It must have been like 2010 or something like that.
Obviously, it's a possibility. Like, it's a possible outcome. You know what I mean? As in, like,
but with the amount of injuries you have, can I name some of them? I know Arsenal have injuries, but you guys, I think you guys are in a much worse situation.
I'm very excited to hear the injury list on both.
We don't like to make excuses.
Yeah. So
maybe afterwards.
What do you call it? Basuma, Kulusevski, Dragusin, 50-50 apparently. Madison's out.
Half an ACL.
No, sorry.
50 is egregious.
Okay. I don't know why someone told me Dragusin is like looking like he's on his way back.
But, you've been spending too much time on PremierLeague.com, haven't you? That's what it is.
All right. Let me finish. Dragusin, Madison, Archie Gray, Solanke. They're saying Kolomowani, is he going to be a late scratch with a mask on?
Maybe.
Ben Davies. And then they're saying Kulusevski, 50-50. And then Bergvall might be there, right?
Okay. So basically, like, to me, I think Spurs can still put out a competent first 11. Like, I actually think Arsenal's, like, Spurs will be able to play a team that's broadly been similar to the teams that they've put out this season. You know, like, you look at players like Udogi's fit, that should help us. Let's see. We're gonna go for it. Like, go Udogi pod. Our back line is fit and available. I think you've got Benson, Cole, Paulinho. Yeah, you've got Simmons or Sarr or Bergvall. Odebear's there, Tell's there, Kudus should be there, Johnson's there, Richarlison's there. Moani might be there. To me, like, that's what we've kind of had this season to work with. So I'm not crying about that. That's okay. It's serviceable. To me, the big thing is, like, and I keep saying it on all the streams, I'm like, statistically speaking, we're the best away team in the league. We are. That's a statement of fact. So if you look at the game from that lens, it should be a hard game for Arsenal. Because we've been City, we won. You know, obviously we weren't Brighton, obviously we drew when Everton gave them their first loss, beat West Ham, yada yada. You can say something about the quality of teams that we've beaten, but then you can swivel it round and look at, okay, what are the quality of the teams that Arsenal have beaten at home this season so far? I'd argue Spurs have beaten better teams away than Arsenal have beaten at home. So that's not me saying that I think Spurs are going to win or anything like that. That's just me saying this should be. I'll be disappointed if this isn't a relatively close game. Yeah,
that's fair.
I'm not saying that we're going to win. I'm not even going to say we're going to get a result. I'm just saying, based off the logic, we should. Frank's had 2 weeks to come up with a plan.
Okay.
2 weeks.
Just for the record, Everton 3-0 away from home, Leeds 2-1, Brighton 2-2, West Ham second game. What was that? Second or third game of the season when they were terrible, and then of course you face City pre-Donnarumma. So right. I'm not looking at your. I'm looking at your way
pre-Donnarumma.
Yeah. So there's a clear difference between City pre-Donnarumma and post.
Okay. And for context, who have you beaten? Just out of context.
At home.
Yeah, please.
At home, Arsenal have played. First game, who did we play? 1 second. We played Leeds, of course. Nottingham Forest.
Leeds. Oh, same Leeds that we played. Okay, carry on.
What was that? Nottingham Forest pre-Sean Dyche.
Oh, pre-Sean Dyche.
Pre-Sean Dyche for Nottingham Forest. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, I get it now. Okay.
1 second. The thing is, the reason why this doesn't work is because I wasn't sitting here using my home record as a reason on why we're going to win the game. He was using his away record as a reason why he could win this game.
No,
I think that's slightly flawed is because when you face teams of reasonable quality, unfortunately for you, they've been at home. And Bournemouth beat you at your house. Aston Villa beat you at your house. Chelsea beat you at your house. You drew to Wolves, which is probably one of the worst teams in the league. And you drew to Manchester United. And you know, the thing is, you think you're going to come to our house and the whole time we're just going to have the ball and we're going to dominate, you're going to play on the counter the whole time. That might not be the case. If we get a goal early, you're going to have to come out and play against us because we're not going to necessarily be the ones holding on to the ball the whole time. We might say, you know what, let's see what you're capable of doing because we've seen away from at home, you've struggled when the onus was on you to create. Your creativity has been poor.
Cool. And that's absolutely what you're doing now is offering ways that you think the game's going to go. And I think those are all justifiable and they all make a lot of sense. I'm going to say the reason I put that there is because as soon as I say that and I frame it like that, you have to sit up and actually be like, okay, you have to debate us like we're going to be a difficult opponent. You can't just be like, oh, we always beat you, yada, yada, because...
No, but I'm not doing that. I'm not that guy.
But what I'm trying to say now, it's like, okay, so from my point of view, Arsenal are obviously the favourites. Arsenal should probably, on the balance of things, win this game. But I'm looking at this game at, okay, Sunderland's opened my eyes. They've opened my eyes as to what can happen. Yeah, if you try and play Arsenal. Yeah? I mean, Sunderland got a bit of joy with their set pieces. Spurs are pretty good with set pieces. We want to look at the players that Arsenal might have missing. You might have 50% of your standard backline missing. Calafiori might be out. Gabriel might be out. Okay, so the replacements are good, but it doesn't mean you don't have 50% of your first choice backline missing. That still remains the case. So what we're going to do? Who's going to play centre back? What, Mosquera? You're going to give Hincapié a full debut in the derby? Decisions. Who's going to play left back? You bringing Lewis Skelly back in, or you're going to play Hincapié left back? Decisions. Do you see what I mean? Yeah.
These are good points.
I'm saying that. Okay, cool. So you've got a little bit of disruption. How many of your attacking players are back? Okay, your first 11 goes, but what after 60 minutes if you want to change it up? What have you got on the bench? Who's available? Let's see.
It's good points. Good points. This is the derby, so it's gonna be obviously very intense. Energy is gonna be high. The fact that you do have some vulnerabilities, Igal, it's a fair point that Jay's bringing up. And I don't know, you know your club better than all of us, so you can anticipate what Mikel Arteta is probably gonna do to adjust it. But when you were mentioning that City were Holland FC, there was also the counter. Well, you guys seem to be set piece FC. You are now missing a key factor with regards to how you've been scoring those set pieces. And is it just a matter of plug and play? Okay, Gabriel's not available. Someone else is going to step in for it, or are you guys going to find different ways to score? Is it going to be this? Yeah.
Did we have Gabriel last year at the end of last year versus Real Madrid?
No, but why? But why?
I'm just saying. I'm very
deadly counter by
because I'm very confident in my team. I'm very confident in my team's performances with or without Gabriel in this moment in time because we have the squad depth now. We have guys like Hincapié. We have guys like Mascara. You've seen Mascara versus Liverpool. You've seen Mascara throughout the season so far. Plus, we haven't seen too much. Sorry, we haven't seen too much of Hincapié, but I think he's an adequate player also. And when it comes to set pieces, even without Gabriel, we were still scoring set pieces. I'm pretty sure we beat Man United with a set piece at the Emirates at the back end of last season, with Saliba scoring a set piece. If I'm not mistaken, we've had many different players chip in with set pieces to the point where Timber.
Look how you're talking, bro. Talk about your attack. Man's talking about set pieces.
No, Jay, I wanted him to flow. No, you got keep going.
One second. He asked a question, so I'm answering it. But when it comes to this game specifically, I'm looking at how Thomas Frank and Tottenham approach the game when it comes to the midfield. Are they going to have runners in the midfield to try to cover space? Or what are they going to do when it comes to receiving the ball and how they're going to play from deep? Are they going to just play out wide, play it safe? Are they going to try to play through the middle? Because I think if they play through the middle, they can get caught out. They can make mistakes. What we've seen versus Chelsea, if they try to play out the back, they're susceptible to when you press them high up the pitch and making errors.
I don't think they're going to do Sunderland's silly mistakes. Like that first goal that Saka was able to score, I don't think you're going to see Spurs do that.
They did that versus Chelsea at their ground.
Yeah, but I don't see
Caicedo 1-0.
But again, I don't see them making that same mistake when you've just seen it recently in terms of you guys did have a difficult run trying to score versus Sunderland, and it was a forced error. I'll give it to you because you did press them, but typically a player facing that type of pressure, pass the ball, clear it out. Why you risking things? I don't see Spurs doing it. But if it's going to be, they're going to be putting on a team that's going to be able to defend soundly. And again, it would be no surprise if Thomas decide, hey, we're going to defend and we're going to counter. There's no shame in that. They're playing away as well, so it's going to be a difficult game. Your confidence I like, but I'm surprised at it with the key players that are missing.
Okay. The reason why I'm confident, I honestly, no disrespect to Tottenham, I look over and if Kudus is not playing, I don't see anybody who really can break open the game. And I don't think that's an insult to the players that they have. They haven't shown it yet. If they show it over the year that they're capable of consistently breaking open games and causing teams problems, then I'll be more concerned in the future. But right now, I look at Xavi Simons, I look at Odegaard, I look at these guys. They've done it on occasions, but can they do it in a game of this magnitude? Can they show a level of consistency against top teams? I just don't know. There's too many unknowns. Where in the Arsenal team, I don't think there's as many unknowns. You know what we're capable of doing. And especially if Odegaard, Madueke, and all these guys are going to be on the bench as options off the bench, it's going to make a big difference.
I want to make a thing. I think, listen, obviously, ideally from a Chelsea perspective, if I ask you who I want to between Spurs and Arsenal, I'm going to say Spurs because, it's going to make the title race interesting. If we win our game, we're only 3 points behind Arsenal. With our game next week, Sunday, right? It's going to make it a bit tasty, even though I don't think we're in the title race. I'm going to repeat that firstly. But I think my worry for me is, when, and I don't know about you, Jay, when we played you, and I've noticed this when you play some of the sides that I've spoken about, when you try to play out the black and you get pressed, like, I don't feel like you can play out properly, bro, right? Like, and the presses usually work. I look at the Caicedo tackle when he pressed you guys quite strongly, and obviously that led to the goal that won us the game by João Pedro. I feel like Arsenal have a good press on them, right? So I'm hoping that Mr. Frank realizes I can't be doing the out of the back game.
Yeah,
he's got to be hitting the long ball. He's got to be hitting the long ball. I know he's got Richarlison maybe there. He can't hit them out of the back.
I think that makes a lot of sense, what you're saying. I think Kudus didn't have a good game, but then I think obviously he was playing against Cucurella, who's obviously, to me, probably the best left back in the league.
He's one of the best, obviously, in the league, yeah.
So if you lock out Kudus, you're going to have a lot of joy against Tottenham. But a couple of things was, I don't think Odegaard started that game. And Udogie and Odebear give us a lot better passing. Jed Spence being a right-footed left back, the angles, the turning back on himself, the positioning, that hurt us a lot with the press as well, because you're forcing him onto his left foot, you're forcing him in this thing. So I think if you can play Udogie and Odebear or even Simmons on the left wing, and they're going to play maybe Sarr in the middle in the 10, and just have Sarr on Zubimendi or something. Do you know what I mean? Just be pressing him, like running at him, things like that. So I think it didn't work against Chelsea, but Chelsea were very good. So if Arsenal played to their best ability, like obviously they can hurt us. But I also think playing at home is that there's different pressure. Playing in the dark, trying to get on the ball, dictate it. I think Spurs, if they have 25% possession, they won't care. Like it's a different kind of energy. And yeah, I think for me, it's these kind of games are games of margin. Do you know what I mean? There's not a huge margin, and it's margins and moments. Like,
do you have those moment players? Because you used to have Son and Kane, and those moments only usually led to like a 3-1.
Kudus can be that guy. I'll be honest. Kudus can be that moments guy. The question is, can he rise up? That's the one thing you've got to see right now about Kudus. Can he rise up?
But the thing about Kudus is, I don't view him as a finisher 1v1 like Kane and Son.
He doesn't need to be the finisher.
Kane and Son going into a North London derby, I knew you give them a sniff, they're scoring.
But Igal, the thing is, I think I don't want to say words out of your mouth, but I think the point here is more like Kudus in a game like this is going to be key to getting Spurs up the pitch, relieving pressure, getting fouls, dribbling, being almost like the playmaker for Spurs in this game. Yeah, so he's important in this game. And for me, the big thing here is I look at Arsenal's left back options, and I don't think any of them can stop him in this game. I'm not saying he's gonna. Like when I saw him against Cucurella, I'm like, that's a tough matchup. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not sure he's gonna win that one. Yeah. When I look at Calafiori, Lewis Skelly, maybe even Hincapié if he plays left back, I'm like, I'd be more worried maybe if Hincapié played left back. Do you know what I mean? Where I'm like, maybe he's gonna be more aggressive, get in on him. But if it's Lewis Skelly or Calafiori, I'd back Kudus to be good and to have an impact on the game. So yeah, I think it's fair, like, to look at it from that point of view. But I think Kudus played well against C. He played well against PSG. And that was against Nuno Mendes as well. So yeah, I think Kudus is very capable of having a big game here. If I think he's playing, going against the grain. I'm going to check it. I'm going to check the news now. But go on, Igal. What do you think Spurs can get something from the game? Or you're pretty confident? Yeah?
I think it's going to be an Arsenal win, 2-0, clean sheet. And I think it's just going to go like we score the first goal, we invite you out to try to come at us, and then we catch you on the counter, or we catch you out trying to play out the back. And then next thing you know, we win the game 2-0. And you guys try to shut up shop to not allow it to get out of hand.
Yeah, Kudus trained today.
Listen, I think obviously if you look at the odds, the numbers, the percentage chances, obviously Arsenal's probably dead up to it. But the inner fan of me is hoping for a draw. So that's what I'm going for. 1-1 draw.
Ahmed, who do you dislike more, Spurs or Arsenal as a Chelsea fan?
Probably. The thing is, like, I can't really. I know that I shout out we hate Tottenham all the time whenever the game starts at home. But like honestly, I probably say Arsenal. And the only reason why I would say that is sadly, it's a bit of the fan base. That's pretty much it, really. but
you probably know more Arsenal fans than you know Spurs fans as well, right? So.
I'd probably say it's pretty even, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
But I feel like the thing with us, if you're like a Chelsea fan, particularly like post 2000, really, like we've always beaten these guys over and away. So it's never been like that competitive. Really, it's only ironically under Poch is when it kind of was somewhat competitive because they started beating us at home. Dele Alli was showing up then.
What would the old school Chelsea fans say? They would say Tottenham.
Probably Tottenham as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been paying attention to. Obviously, I do shows with Igal. I enjoy his content. I've been paying attention to Arsenal fans. it's going to be a cagey match, especially because of all the attention that's been paid on the referee talk. So that's another thing. When you guys were mentioning fine margins, when you were talking about how things may tip a certain way, for all of the attention that was talked about a referee, and now we got small margins to discuss, that may play a factor. And this is where the feeling confident, comfortable, is it really comfortable that you're showing there, Higal?
I have to ask one simple question to you.
Yes.
If you file legal action against a person, wouldn't you feel some sort of way?
We warned you about analogies. We warned you about
Listen. Yeah, this man, Michael Oliver, has submitted legal action against a group of Arsenal fans who apparently, I don't know what actually happened, but apparently he said that he got abuse towards him and his family. Right? Yeah. That's wrong.
Let you say apparently. Why would you lie?
One second. I'm just saying that's wrong. If it's true, I don't know what happened. All I know is he was demoted. He was demoted for a week from refereeing in the Premier League, and he was not allowed to referee an Arsenal game for 6 months. So now all of a sudden, he's now back in refereeing Arsenal games. And the first game he's back refereeing is the North London Derby. In my opinion, I struggle to believe he can be impartial when he's been abused by the same set of fans who he complained to the match official.
Let's just say allegedly first. Can you say
allegedly? How long? One second, please.
This is mad, wallahi, bro. This is actually mad.
Stop. Wallahi, I am not joking. This is not alleged. This right here is a statement from the match officials stating that an Arsenal fan abused Michael Oliver and they're getting police involved. So if
that's fine, but we can still say the alleged in general.
My question to you is, my question to you
made himself full screen.
My question to you is, how is a person who apparently by threatened and abused directly to Michael Oliver following the match between Wolves and Arsenal, a fixture in which he sent off Miles Lewis-Skelly unfairly, by the way, and they ruled it.
In your opinion?
No. Officially, they ruled that it should not have been a red, and they rescinded the red card for Miles Lewis-Skelly. By the way, then you continue. He said that they're going to get police involved. There's going to be investigation done, and we are supporting Michael Oliver. Blah blah blah. Fair play, you support him. My question to you is, how is this person going to be impartial? Can
I respond? Can I answer a question with a question? How long will it take him to get impartial?
I don't think you should referee Arsenal games for
ever again.
Hold on. Rax, before you go, just on a second bit, just follow up Rax's point. So let me get this right. Hold on, let me get this right again. Arsenal fans abuse the referee, and now the referee should never ref an Arsenal game again because Arsenal fans abused him.
No.
Oh my goodness me.
Number one, I'm saying I don't think
the defense rests, Your Honor.
I don't think he can be impartial.
Don't do anything else, guys.
1 second. I'm just questioning
that was a killer one too. That was like
I'm questioning his impartiality off the back of the incident that led to him being suspended and demoted to the championship. On top of that, getting abuse and everything else.
How long ago was that? How long ago? Because I've been seeing Michael Oliver walking about the gap all for the last 5 years. So when was this guy demoted? Because this guy's been chilling as the
Michael Oliver is regarded as our best referee, by the way. Oliver's regarded as the best referee in the UK, by the way.
It goes going to PremierLeague.com now.
January 24th, January 25th, 2025. He since then has not refereed an Arsenal game, and that weekend, following the incident with Miles Lewis-Skelly, he was refereeing in the championship that week.
Okay, so basically, one weekend he refereed in the championship, and then every week since that weekend he's refereed in the Premier League.
No, but he was not allowed.
It was demoted for 1 week.
He was 1 week. So he was demoted for 1 week. But he was not allowed to referee Arsenal games specifically.
Who says who?
They came out. The PGMOL said he's off
PGMO would never, ever say this referee is not allowed. Even if it happens,
they did.
If it happens, you have no proof.
Okay, yeah. I want to see the wording, Igal, because you're saying he wasn't allowed. I want to see whether they said they stopped him wrestling.
Can I say this real quick as well? Because we're making the assumption that he wasn't allowed because of his effectiveness as a referee. Maybe they chose to not put him in the firing range of these Arsenal fans that were threatening him. So it was out of protection of the ref.
He might have actually been on
for his own protection. Did you just say for his own protection? Is that what you said, Vader?
Yes.
One second. Here's the exact wording. PGMOL wisely decided not to give any further Arsenal matches for the remainder of last season, nor the first few months of this campaign.
So not allowed is not the same thing.
So basically, they protect.
So they're protecting him basically.
This is what I mean.
But this was off the back of the scrutiny from his mistake.
It's because of the treatment of your hooligan fans.
This is crazy, man.
What's crazy? All I'm asking you guys is,
I'll give you an easy example.
Does it make sense that Mike Oliver is now back refereeing Arsenal games?
He should have been mad. He should have been refereeing you 3 months ago.
Unless you want him banned for the rest of his life against Arsenal, yes.
Let me give you an example here. There was, do you remember that guy that got banned off VAR because he made like a stupid decision on VAR? Like the VAR guy made a call.
That was against us.
Right. That guy getting banned from Arsenal games makes sense because he made such an error that was so bad, right? That was clearly wrong.
2 points in a title race.
Well, yes, but but at the end of the day, they scrutinized him and they said he is banned, right? They said he's banned not from Arsenal games, but like referee in general, and they completely demoted him, right? He's not. I don't know if he's been back since. I have no idea.
He lost his job.
Yeah. Either way, but that's a good example, right? In this case, right, there may have been a contentious decision with Michael Oliver, right? Your fans then abused him. And then, in order to protect him from the abuse, because the thing is, we've gone past the mistake now. We've gone to abuse now, right? It's not we're not going to scrutinizing him for making a stupid error. We've gone, this fucking shit guy. I'm gonna come to you X, Y, Z, you know, the usual stuff, right? Yeah, that's happened. Yeah, so they're like, you know what? We need to protect you, bro. You know what I mean? That's what's happened.
Lee Mason hasn't refereed another game.
What's the outcome? Did he took legal action against these Arsenal fans? What happened? Has it been resolved? Did they pay him up, or did they? What happened?
That whole legal action stuff was to just try to get sympathy for him.
The legal action.
Air quotes.
This has been so entertaining, this stream. I'm so glad I'm back from Japan to have fun with you guys.
Vader started a whirl spin. I've been on this for like a hawk since Wednesday. It honestly boils my blood. It honestly boils my blood.
Also known as Thursday.
I don't think he can be impartial. And personally, for me, if this was Tottenham, if this was Burnley, if this was Leeds, if this was West Ham, it doesn't matter. To me, it's the principle of him not being impartial in Arsenal games. I don't think this is fair on our opponent if he does something to try to get us on side. I don't think it's fair on us if he does something to try to get at one of our fans.
I've known you for quite a while ago, and when you said just then, I don't think it's fair if he does something to get us on side. I've got to be honest. I think you're absolutely lying. I do believe you are lying out of your face right there. If he gives us a penalty, I'm gonna be so upset.
I've been here many times, and I said, you know what, we got away with it. Anyways, he's laughing like a cat right now. Like,
I just feel like, listen, at the end of the day, you don't need to rely on referees to win games, boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm
at
not saying
times,
we do.
but I feel like with Arsenal fans at times. Listen, it's all fans in general.
Wallahi,
I
that is
see.
not the
It's all.
case.
I'm gonna add the context of it.
You have issues with Michael.
Yeah,
Anthony Taylor.
but listen, that's fair. That's fair enough. But we still are able to win games.
It's like,
that much. We can't even say that. You
he's
know
like,
what I mean?
that's a blood feud.
The thing with Anthony Taylor, listen, the thing is in general, I get that. Listen, referees can affect games. They affect games more than ever right now, right? But at the same time, we as big teams also should have the self-respect of saying we've got quality players here, bro. It shouldn't matter what the referee does, barring a red card, really.
I respect my players. Come on, what are you talking
about? No, I'm saying we should have the decency to understand we've got better players here than whoever we're gonna face 99% of the time. You should be able to make that stuff happen.
But like,
bro,
my thing
he's refereed 55 games for Arsenal.
Yeah,
28 of them have been draws and losses.
What? But how do you not know?
Michael Oliver,
listen. For a substantial period of that time, Arsenal were fucking shit.
Okay, what about this? 8 red cards in that time?
Yes, 55 games. It's 55 games.
I want to make one point about this because I'm looking at this and looking at your team now, and you're a very good team, right? And I feel like when you're not making excuses, but you're talking about this referee and things like that, and I
just brought it up. I wasn't even going to bring it up.
Of course you were, because you.
No, you were going to bring it up now. Come on.
Honestly, PGMOL, yeah, you honestly, like, we talk about them like once every other week, like literally, like 26. Well, how many weeks are there in a year? Yeah, 26 times a year. Yeah, we literally are talking about them. So like you're talking about Michael Oliver now. Yeah, like I remember when we played you and Michael and Ben Davies got absolutely booted in the box in front of Michael Oliver, and he was like,
penalty.
Nope, VAR gave the penalty. Yeah,
they still got to the right conclusion.
But he himself said, so why am I not turning around saying the ref looked at a blatant penalty? And you beat us 3. And in that game as well, like, I swear,
he's a bubble top. This is why I don't want him reffing.
Yeah, but Igal, the thing is like, and this is one complaint I have about people that complain about refs so much. I get it. And people say, okay, why don't you call out the refs? This and that? I'm like, okay, well, once I've moaned about the refs, then what? Do we have like brand new referees to drop it? I don't understand how you can fundamentally change the quality of refereeing in a weekend or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's like that for everyone. Everyone gets bad decisions. You might think you get more bad decisions than other people. And you know what? Sometimes I look at Arsenal's decisions, like the Martinelli double yellow, and I laugh. I laugh because I'm like, yes, that's ridiculous. But Martinelli is the only one stupid enough to commit 2 clear yellow card challenges. And that's the thing with Arsenal, yeah? If you give the referee a decision, like the referee is allowed to take the decision, you're good enough to not care about the ref. So I don't understand why you guys talk about the refs so much. Like, personally, you guys are way better than needing to talk about refs, but every week we're talking about refs.
I feel like, listen again, all of us here.
I didn't even need to bring up the ratio.
Sorry, guys. I'm just going to say this. All of us here have teams that can overcome referee decision. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm not complaining about the referee. I'm just simply saying I don't think he should be the referee.
Bro, but the thing, I feel like what you don't understand is the moment we say that about Michael Oliver can't do Arsenal, then Chelsea fans, for example, are going to be saying no to Anthony Taylor. Then Spurs fans can say whoever their certain referee is, no to him too. Right, so, and the thing is, we don't, like, I don't know if people know this, we have a referee sorted in the country.
And Igal, you also, Igal, it's not just Michael Oliver. You said, who's the referee's a Liverpool fan? You also say he can't referee any Arsenal games, right? So all of a sudden we're going to get down to like 2 or 3 referees who are vetted, who are preordained by Gal, and they can then ask, like, what are we doing here? These guys are supposed to be professional.
And you know what happens then? Then that makes those guys susceptible to gambling because they can really they go. If you have like 2 or 3 referees that can do the whole league,
if I'm doing it for free, I might as well do it for money.
That's what I'm saying. People don't, that's why they have so many referees, by the way. Because if they start doing quite a few, if you limit the pool,
listen, no, but even look at the pathway. Yeah, you start doing non-league. Yeah. If you manage to not get punched up one weekend, because you give a penalty from coked up guys who've been out all night, you might make it to the football league. What joy! And then you might get continually abused by people like Igal who question your loyalty and passion, and you look at the money you make and you think it's not enough for this guy from Canada.
One second. I need to acknowledge something. For everyone who's saying excuses, respectfully, shut your mouths. I'm not sitting here saying we're gonna lose the game. Because I'm not sitting here saying we're gonna lose the game because the referees are saying. I'm simply saying I don't think he should referee Arsenal games, regardless who the player.
Down. I love it.
Regardless who we face, right? I think we beat Tottenham regardless what happens. I'm saying we're going to win the game 2-0. I'm not. That's factoring in the referee's there. Obviously, I already know who the referee is.
Oh, okay. So with a different referee, what would the score be?
No, I'm saying even though he's referee, I still expect us to win. Even though he's referee, I still expect us to win. So it's not an excuse.
So you're going to win in spite of Michael Oliver. So how would you do with a impartial referee?
Listen, Jay, I don't think he's gonna affect the game to a point where we're gonna lose the game. I'm just simply saying.
So why don't you want him to?
I'm just simply saying there's small margins, and you know something. If there is a decision to be made, that's a 50-50. Maybe it won't go in our favor.
Okay, which isn't that the definition of 50-50? Like sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there is a gray area in refereeing where you can see sometimes your away.
Because that is football. There's decisions that are subjective. Like there's decisions,
and there's also referees that have previous known biases, like David Coote had with Liverpool, that we don't know about across the world.
But did David Coote? Hold on. Did David Coote have known biases, or did he just make some shit decisions and end up being a nonce? And then everyone's retrospectively being like, "Oh man, he screwed himself." Nah, man. Like you can't be like.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If there was another known nonce within the referees, they wouldn't expose him. The only reason why they exposed him,
bro, listen.
I'm just saying they only exposed him because he was done with the referees. They
bro. I think they exposed.
Oh my God, where do you get this stuff from?
I'm just saying
you're literally you've created a conspiracy theory out of sexual abuse.
Bro, I'm just saying, it's crazy, bro. I wouldn't be surprised. They protect their own.
I wouldn't
be surprised. I honestly would not be surprised. They protect their own like crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if they know.
How have the PGMOL got control over the Metropolitan Police or whatever? Can you enlighten us about this link?
These guys go out with each other all the time. They probably know how you do it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Let's be honest. I know for a fact. Everyone knows
each other.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows.
Pint or two, you know. Down the pub.
We all went to high school. We know who the dodgy people are. Like we stay away from them.
I love that.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Yes.
Listen, these guys. Listen, you're making like you're making the PGMO look like the Illuminati, bro. Like,
you know what it is? It's the secret handshake. It's
it's ridiculous. Oh my Lord, man!
You know what? We're gonna wrap it up here, guys. You guys are having too much fun. You guys are having too much fun. Listen, regardless of the referee, I still expect us to win.
Can we do a final scoreline prediction?
2-0. I just don't want the referee to be. I just don't want him to referee.
Yeah, we got that. We understand. We fully get that bit, Gal. We understand.
The rabbit hole goes deep. The rabbit hole goes.
I just think it's a coincidence that all this comes out about David Koo after he's gone from refereeing.
Well, I mean, okay, right, okay. Like, but the thing is like,
would that have all come out?
But no, but Igal, my point is that like,
if he was still active,
okay, let me explain it to you like this, Igal. You know you're going too deep on the referees. If our starting point was Michael Oliver and our finishing point is Howard Webb is protecting nonsense. Do you see?
I'm not saying he's protecting thing.
Bloody hell. Bloody hell. This is getting dark, man. This is getting dark.
We're going too far.
See you later, guys.
See you later, man. See ya. They're getting to go. They're getting to go, man. They're getting to go.
Later. Enjoy yourselves. Everyone. Hopefully the show. Hopefully it was fun. Peace out. Catch you guys in the next one.
This has been an all-timer. This has been an all-timer, man. This has been too much.
Oh,
You're gonna wrap it up because people are going crazy.